Hello and welcome to another episode of EdgeCraft. I'm your host, Matt, and it is great to see you today. Now, today we are going to finish this storage room. You know, I finished last episode and I just felt so bad about the way things ended. So I worked a little bit harder and I put up these other two columns. I put the stairs all the way around. I put in these nice birch doors. Look at that. Stone along the top here. Pretty nice. What's more is I filled in, if you notice, let me get in there. Come on. That ladder is not in a good place. There we go. I filled in all of these walls with stone because I'm not going to put quartz on the back walls. I just want it on the ceiling and on the floor. And so I just need enough quartz to fill up this back area here. I don't need any for the ceiling behind the chests because no one could see that anyway. But I do need enough for this ceiling, and that is quite a bit. So let's go off to the Nether one more time. We're going to go into a super fast time mode. We're going to try to finish the story of Joseph if we can. I have got all of my stuff ready. I've got 2 night vision potions. I've got 2 potions of speed. I don't want those birch logs. Let me just throw those over here for now. I got my bow. I got a couple torches. I am looking good. I am ready to go into the Nether. All right, let's go into the super fast time mode. Okay, so we're picking right up where we left off in the last episode, Genesis chapter 44. They just ate dinner with Joseph. All of Joseph's brothers have come and they're eating dinner with him. So let's see what Joseph does with these brothers of his. Now Joseph gave these instructions to the steward of his house. Fill the men's sacks with as much food as they can carry and put each man's silver in the mouth of his sack. Then put my cup, the silver one, in the mouth of the youngest one's sack, along with the silver for his grain. And he did as Joseph said. As morning dawned, the men were sent on their way with their donkeys. They had not gone far from the city when Joseph said to his steward, "Go after those men at once, and when you catch up with them, say to them, 'Why have you repaid good with evil? Isn't this the cup my master drinks from, and also uses for divination? This is a wicked thing you have done.'" When he caught up with them, he repeated these words to them. But they said to him, "Why does my lord say such things? Far be it from your servants to do anything like that. We even brought back to you from the land of Canaan the silver we found inside the mouths of our sacks. So why would we steal silver or gold from your master's house? If any of your servants is found to have it, he will die, and the rest of us will become my lord's slaves." "Very well then," he said, "let it be as you say. Whoever is found to have it will become my slave. The rest of you will be free from blame." Each of them quickly lowered his sack to the ground and opened it. Then the steward proceeded to search, beginning with the oldest and ending with the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. At this they tore their clothes. Then they all loaded their donkeys and returned to the city. Joseph was still in the house when Judah and his brothers came in, and they threw themselves to the ground before him. Joseph said to them, "What is this you have done? Don't you know that a man like me can find things out by divination?" "What can we say to my lord?" Judah replied. "What can we say? How can we prove our innocence? God has uncovered your servant's guilt. We are now my lord's slaves, we ourselves, and the one who was found to have the cup." But Joseph said, "Far be it from me to do such a thing. Only the man who was found to have the cup will become my slave. The rest of you go back to your father in peace." Then Judah went up to him and said, "Pardon your servant, my lord. Let me speak a word to my lord. Do not be angry with your servant, though you are equal to Pharaoh himself." My lord asked his servants, "Do you have a father or a brother?" And we answered, "We have an aged father, and there is a young son born to him in his old age. His brother is dead, and he is the only one of his mother's sons left, and his father loves him. Then you said to your servants, 'Bring him down to me so I can see him for myself.' And we said to my lord, 'The boy cannot leave his father. If he leaves him, his father will die.' But you told your servants, unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you will not see my face again. When we went back to your servant, my father, we told him what my lord had said. Then our father said, go back and buy a little more food. But we said, we cannot go down. Only if our youngest brother is with us will we go. We cannot see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us. Your servant, my father, said to us, you know that my wife bore me 2 sons. One of them went away from me, and I said, he has surely been torn to pieces, and I have not seen him since. If you take this one from me too, and harm comes to him, you will bring my gray head down to the grave in misery. So now, if the boy is not with us when I go back to your servant, my father, and if my father, whose life is closely bound up with the boy's life, sees that the boy isn't there, he will die. Your servants will bring the gray head of our father down to the grave in sorrow. Your servant guaranteed the boy's safety to my father. I said, if I do not bring him back to you, I will bear the blame before you, my father, all my life. Now then, please let me remain here as my lord's slave in place of the boy, and let the boy return with his brothers. How can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? No, do not let me see the misery that would come on my father. Then Joseph could no longer control himself before all his attendants, and he cried out, have everyone leave my presence. So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers. And he cried so loudly that the Egyptians heard him, and Pharaoh's household heard about it. Joseph said to his brothers, I am Joseph. Is my father still living? But his brothers were not able to answer him, because they were terrified at his presence. Then Joseph said to his brothers, come close to me. When they had done so, he said, I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now, do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. For 2 years now there has been famine in the land, and for the next 5 years there will be no plowing and reaping. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then, it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh, lord of his entire household, and ruler of all Egypt. Now hurry back to my father and say to him, this is what your son Joseph says. God has made me lord of all Egypt. Come down to me, don't delay. You shall live in the region of Goshen and be near me, you, your children and grandchildren, your flocks and herds and all you have. I will provide for you there, because 5 years of famine are still to come. Otherwise, you and your household and all who belong to you will become destitute. You can see for yourselves, and so can my brother Benjamin, that it is really I who am speaking to you. Tell my father about all the honor accorded me in Egypt, and about everything you have seen, and bring my father down here quickly. Then he threw his arms around his brother Benjamin and wept. And Benjamin embraced him, weeping. And he kissed all his brothers and wept over them. Afterwards, his brothers talked with him. When the news reached Pharaoh's palace that Joseph's brothers had come, Pharaoh and all his officials were pleased. Pharaoh said to Joseph, tell your brothers, do this, load your animals and return to the land of Canaan, and bring your father and your families back to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you can enjoy the fat of the land. You are also directed to tell them, do this. Take some carts from Egypt for your children and your wives, and get your father and come. Never mind about your belongings, because the best of all Egypt will be yours. So the sons of Israel did this. Joseph gave them carts as Pharaoh had commanded, and he also gave them provisions for their journey. To each of them he gave new clothing, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 sets of clothes. And this is what he sent to his father: 10 donkeys loaded with the best things of Egypt, and 10 female donkeys loaded with grain and bread and other provisions for his journey. Then he sent his brothers away. And as they were leaving, he said to them, don't fight along the way. So they went up out of Egypt and came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan. They told him, "Joseph is still alive. In fact, he is a ruler of all Egypt." Jacob was stunned. He did not believe them. But when they told him everything Joseph had said to them, and when he saw the carts Joseph had sent to carry him back, to the spirit of their father Jacob was revived. And Israel said, "I am convinced my son Joseph is still alive, and I will go ahead and see him before I die." Pretty incredible story. Now they end up going to Egypt and living there. And there's a whole lot more to the story, but that's where we're going to finish the story of Joseph. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get back to our storage system and see what we've mined. Okay, that was stressful. And I mean stressful. I lost my way. I couldn't find where I was going. I almost fell to my death several times because, well, I fell down holes, and luckily enough, I didn't die. I landed on little platforms or was able to save myself. That was scary. Oh my goodness. I just hope that I have enough nether quartz. I mean, this should be enough, right? Probably not. Let's see what we got here. All right. So if I craft all this up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks. Which doubles into 12 stacks of slabs, right? Yeah, 12. Well, that should be enough. I mean, if that's not enough, I don't know. I really don't know what is. Let me grab a little bit of netherrack out to help me scaffold. I'm going to do a cutscene this time. And I will be back when I've got the ceiling done. Okay, so white ceiling, some skylights, so to speak. I really prefer if these were like a silver or a white lights to kind of match. I'd love to have end rods, but I have to make it to the end first. Because I would definitely use end rods in here for lighting. But I think these look nice. You know, I was going to use iron trapdoors, but the problem with iron trapdoors is you have to activate them with a redstone signal in order for them to shut. And so I can do the bottom one, I just can't do the side ones because you need a redstone signal. But, you know, these ones are not... These ones are not bad. You know, they provide some light. They're good. I don't like the torches all over the place, but, you know, what am I going to do? I need lighting. I don't have sea lanterns. I need to go exploring. Sea lanterns, I think, would look great in here. So there's a few things I need. Sea lanterns, end rods, yeah. But not bad. We've just got the floor over here left. Why does it... You know, man, gotta go backwards through that almost. Just got this floor right here left, oops, to take out and fill in with quartz slabs. And it looks like, I mean, I don't want to get overly excited here about this, but it looks like I'm going to have enough quartz slabs. I mean, I got a lot. And I can always, of course, use these for another build because they're just so pretty. I mean, oh my goodness. I love that shiny, white, pristine look of them. I mean, don't you? In fact, I'd like to know, what is your favorite, I don't know, texture slab in Minecraft? I mean, what is your favorite block? Do you like cobblestone? Do you like diorite? Do you like smooth stone? Do you like iron blocks? Oh, the iron blocks are really cool. What is your favorite block and texture, I should say, in the game? Is it a type of wood? Is it yeah? Just let me know in the comments. Put it down. I'd love to hear from you. And you know, we can We can have a friendly little debate through the chats between each other. Not just me and you guys, but you guys and each other. You can talk about which blocks you think are your favorite. And when someone suggests something that you disagree with, like diorite, which just looks ugly. By the way, if anyone says diorite is their favorite, yeah, you and we're going to argue. Because that block just does not look good. Yeah, we can have a little conversation. We can figure it out, and at the end of the day, you guys will know that I'm right. Not really, but look at this. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty this quartz is. I mean, my goodness, that is just something. So anyway, let me finish this up. And we can talk about what's next. Plans for next time. Because I'd love to build something else today. But kind of out of time. Don't really have a lot of... Oof, man, this looks good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me just close that. See, the reason I had to do the floor was because you can see between the chests. And that white extending back, oh, it just looks so good. And the ceiling, I mean, it's a little darker than what I'd like. But, still pretty awesome in here. This is a storage room. Yes. All right. So let's talk about what's next. Do I have anything? Yeah, I got things I need to drop off. But that's why I've got a sorting system. All right. Let's talk about what we're gonna do next, because I want to hear your ideas on what should we build next. But I've got some ideas as well that I'd like to run past you. Just need to get some input from you. Oh, nighttime. It's always nighttime. Why do I even bother checking? I should just try to go to sleep and then go outside. All right. So this is what I'm thinking for the future. Over here, we definitely have a beautiful waterfall situation and cave, which is great. We've got this haunted house going on over here, which is awesome. And I'm thinking that for sure we probably can add on to this area. Let me get this creeper real quick. Gotcha. By adding a Christmas themed something or other, like maybe a winter wonderland. I don't know. That's not going to be until December though, so we got some time for that. But like a winter Santa's, I don't know, workshop kind of a deal right through here. We could have little houses with elves and Santa's sleigh and workshop, and like all through here. This whole area could be like a wintry Christmas wonderland kind of thing. But that's December. That'll be the big project for December. We'll spend a few episodes on that. But the month of November, Thanksgiving, I just don't know what to do. In terms of farms, like wood farms and netherwort farms and things like that, there are a couple more things I can do. I just don't really need them. I mean, like I could make a blaze farm for blaze rods. We could do that. That would be in the Nether, in one of the Nether fortresses, and that might be fun, but I don't really need tons and tons and tons of blaze rods. I would just be doing it to have fun and build something cool. It would require tons of pistons, lots and lots of time. It would be kind of scary, but I mean, check this out. I mean, I've got 64 blaze powder there. I've got another 64 there, and that's the same for this one and this one. So, I mean, I've got enough blaze powder that I really don't need more. But, I mean, I could build something. I could build an automatic wool farm. you know, sheep would go through a system where it would automatically harvest their wool, and I could just get lots and lots and lots of different colors of wool. That would be good. We might need a lot of wool for the winter wonderland, so it might be good to start harvesting that. I could do that. You know, but as I'm thinking about it, what I really need to do is explore. I need to find some oceans. I updated our map. You can see there's the waterfall. Looks kind of cool there. There's our haunted house right there. This is all coming together nicely. There's our nether wart farm and our iron golem killing farm. Those are our ice farms over there and our watchtower. But I'd really, you know, there's an ocean way down here, like way down there. I went and I found it. But I could go and like set up a temporary base over there, and I could just go exploring through the ocean, find a water temple. That could be fun. Now that I've got my water breathing potions and night vision potions, I could definitely go and try to find a water temple. I need some sea lanterns for sure. I'd love to get that stuff. Yeah, so maybe the next thing I should do is go exploring, set off for the ocean. That could be fun. Would you guys like to see more mining? I mean, I don't think you want to see more mining. I do most of that off camera, collecting my resources, and a little bit in the fast modes. But I'd really like your feedback. If I don't hear from you, well, actually, I think in the next episode, I'm just going to go exploring. I'm going to just go way off that way. We're going to go exploring through the oceans and find a bunch of cool stuff, and I'll take a backpack with me. And well, we can't make a backpack, but I'll take a bunch of supplies with me and set up some chests while we go exploring a little temporary base, and we'll do that. It'll be good. But otherwise, I need you to let me know what I should build. Even if, you know, the blaze farm. You want to see a blaze farm? Fine, I'll build you a blaze farm. Whatever you guys think would be interesting, because we're going to do a lot of creative builds coming up here, and but I need to know for the month of November what we should do. But I think that's going to be it for today. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a lot of me talking and a lot of story time, but hopefully it was worth it. We definitely got that item sorting room all taken care of, and it looks shiny. In future episodes, if people join us, they're going to go down there and they're going to say, "Whoa, this is amazing. How did you do that?" And we're going to be able to say, "Well, you weren't there when he did it. You need to go back and watch that episode." But I will catch you guys later. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless. Bye.